I'm going to tell you the most important story you've ever heard. It's going to save your life and the lives of your loved ones. I guarantee this. Doesn't matter whether you're 15 years old or 85 years old. You've never heard a story like this before. Imagine most of your life you've never made money. Then you suddenly have a life-changing economic event. Doesn't matter whether you're young or old, man or a woman. All of a sudden, you're making lots of money. Lots of money means different things to different people. Maybe you're a college grad suddenly making $50,000 a year and you had no money before. Or you get a big promotion, you're making 80 grand, 100 grand a year. Or your business has popped off, you're making $500,000 or millions of dollars per year. This is intoxicating. The more you do, the more you get, the more you want. Now in the horizon, you see an even bigger opportunity, but you need to dedicate more resources and time to this. Now whether you hire somebody, buy more equipment, take a course, that's the resources, but time, you can't buy more time. You don't have a time machine, you can't gain time. So something's gotta give. Maybe you work out less, maybe you cook less, maybe you eat out more, maybe use Uber Eats. Eating out more could be KFC for one person, 5-star restaurant for another. Or maybe, just maybe, you sleep less. We do know from public reports that Kevin Samuels was only sleeping 3 hours a night. 3 hours a night. Kevin was traveling a lot and working a lot, but he wasn't sleeping enough. Studies show short sleep duration of less than 5 hours or 5 to 6 hours increases the risk of high blood pressure by 350 to 500%. Let me say that again. Increases the risk of high blood pressure by 350 to 500%. Why does this matter? Studies show that uncontrolled high blood pressure is the leading cause of death for everyone. And black people, we have the largest rate of high uncontrolled blood pressure compared to any other group. This is a problem because you don't feel the symptoms. That's why it's called the silent killer. High blood pressure places unnecessary strain on your heart and it can lead to heart damage. We know Kevin was drinking Red Bulls during his live streams. Why? Because he needed the caffeine from the Red Bull to stay up. He was only trying to function in 3 hours nights of sleep. And a Red Bull only has the same amount of caffeine as a cup of coffee. But you should only be drinking 1 to 2 cups of coffee per day. He was clearly drinking several Red Bulls per day. Kevin's live streams would sometimes go past midnight and into the wee hours of the morning. Why? Because he was making a ton of money. How much money? Millions of dollars. He was getting paid $3,000 for a 1-hour consultation, or $25,000 to go with somebody on a shopping trip as an image consultant. It's been publicly reported by people who knew him that he turned down a $10 million branding deal. That's how much money this man was making. That's how successful he was. But there's a saying, if you cheat on sleep, her twin sister death will avenge her. But he was slim, you might say. True. So how could this happen? Being slim or even fit is not enough. Don't believe me? SAP India CEO Ranjan Das was fit, ran marathons, ate healthy, was the right weight, died of a massive heart attack at 42 years old. He was only sleeping 4 to 5 hours per night. So he did almost everything right except get enough sleep, which is what killed him. Sleeping for 5 hours or less increases the risk of having heart disease by 39%. 39%! While sleeping for 6 hours or less increases the risk of heart disease by 8%. Some of you might think to yourself, oh, I'm young, I'm not really fat, I'm thick, or I'm big boned. But if you don't go to your doctor regularly, that doesn't really matter. You don't know what your numbers are, your blood pressure numbers. Studies show young people aged 25 to 49 years old are twice as likely to have high blood pressure if they sleep less. And unfortunately, black men go to the doctor far less than black women and far less than any group of people, period. Now, I made this video to highlight problems in the black community regarding heart disease and to offer solutions to help you and your loved ones. So first, visit your doctor, get checked, know what your numbers are. Second, change your lifestyle, get more active, eat better. Don't know how to do that? Then hire somebody like me, a certified personal trainer and nutritionist. As a matter of fact, hire me. I am legit. I'm a certified personal trainer and nutritionist, and I used to be very fat. But look at me now. I'm 48 years old and I look damn good. And I'm healthy too, as my doctor just told me last week in my physical. What you don't want to do is get some generic trainer who's just gonna give you exotic and useless exercises that aren't very effective and are gonna have you quitting either because they're too hard or you get bored. There's this myth out there that the personal trainers that make you sweat, they're the most effective. No. As a professional coach told me once, never pay a coach to have you do cardio. You can do cardio on your own. Most of these trainers couldn't coach themselves. They're either former athletes or they got great genetics, or they're on performance enhancing drugs, or some combination of the three. Why do you think so many former athletes get fat when they retire? Because they've been coached their entire lives, and suddenly when they retired, they're left to fend for themselves. They were always in a structured environment, told what to do, when to do it, how to do it, what to eat, but they don't understand nutrition. They don't understand creating a proper workout routine, and so they get fat. The same way they can't coach themselves, for sure, they cannot coach you. So don't let your lack of knowledge and pride, which is the first deadly sin, hold you back. Whether you're a man or a woman, doesn't matter. If you were going to court, you'd hire a lawyer. You wouldn't go there by yourself. If you're a man and you need a haircut, you're going to go to a barber. If you're a woman, you go to a hairdresser. Now I'm going to commit YouTube heresy by telling you to leave my video, go to my website that you see here on the screen, and sign up for one of my packages, whether it's for you or your loved ones, or both. You can't put a price on your health. Don't risk your life. Why am I telling you all this? Because this is what you need to hear. It may not be what you want to hear. And I know you're not a moron. So go to my website now, get one of my packages for you or your loved ones, or for both of you. Good, you're back. Third, get 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Fourth, do not rely on caffeine to get you through the day. Caffeine does not make up for lost sleep. It does not give you energy. It gives the illusion of energy. What it does is make you feel more alert and more energetic, but it doesn't actually give you energy. There's a molecule in your body called adenosine. Adenosine tells your brain when it's time to go to sleep, when you're tired. Caffeine blocks the adenosine message and makes you think you should be awake. But when the effect of caffeine wears off, the adenosine is still there, and that's when it comes crashing in and makes you want to go to bed. If you keep drinking coffee to postpone this happening, you will pay a price. You cannot get something for nothing. You'll have lower levels of REM sleep, we'll get into that later, and other sleep disruptions. You could argue that the consumption of caffeine worldwide is the largest unregulated drug study in the history of humankind. And don't be afraid to take a nap. They aren't just for old people or kids, and the studies show they are very effective, even as little as 20 minutes. Just one night of sleep loss increases very toxic substances in your body, such as interleukin-6, TNF-alpha, and C-reactive protein. This increases the risk of cancer, arthritis, and heart disease. So what is ideal sleep? Sleep has 2 stages: REM, rapid eye movement sleep, and non-REM sleep. REM sleep helps with mental consolidation, while non-REM sleep helps with physical repair and rebuilding. Think these muscles. This is why when you wake up with the alarm clock after only 5 or 6 hours sleep, you tend to be mentally irritable during the day because you didn't get enough REM sleep. And when you've slept for less than 5 hours, your body's typically in a physical mess because you didn't get enough non-REM sleep. You tend to be tired throughout the day, and your immune system is also lowered. Again, do not let your ignorance or your arrogance hurt you or your loved ones. I cannot emphasize this enough. So go to my website, which you see at the bottom here of the screen, get one of the packages, whether it's for you or your loved ones, or both of you. Do not delay. Do this now. And also hit that like button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And hit the subscribe button. And importantly, click the notifications bell that pops up on the screen. This way YouTube will let you know whenever new videos come out. Rest in peace, Brother Samuels. You will be missed.